Greetings, Deep Dive Podcast listeners. This is your boy, Sam Oram, coming at you with another episode of the Deep Dive Podcast. How is everybody doing out there tonight? How are you, family? I got to tell you guys, I am so excited about tonight's episode. I can't wait to get into it. I'm fired up about it. But before I do that, I have to thank all of the loyal listeners who have been around for all 4 seasons of the Deep Dive Podcast. I really appreciate you guys more than you know. And I say this every week, and I'm going to continuously say it. Were it not for you, there would not be a Deep Dive Podcast. So I really appreciate what you're bringing to the table, how you're contributing to the podcast through your input and your, the Facebook page, and you're just really giving me a lot of substance to work with. So I appreciate you guys. And then for those of you who are logging in from around the world, some of you know we're in 172 countries around the world, and a lot of you are joining us for the very first time. Welcome to the Deep Dive Podcast community. We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of empowerment, a lot of entertainment. At the end of the day, though, it's all about you. How can we bring value to your lives? As most of you know, we just finished last week a 10-week course on controlling your life, that included so many dynamic episodes like living authentically and, being a servant, each one teach one, all so many different forms of episodes that talked about how to control your life. If you didn't participate in that 10-week series, you want to go back and you want to go to the Deep Dive Podcast live and just listen to those 10 weeks episodes. I'm telling you, it's going to impact your life in a positive way. But look, I could talk about that all night, but I don't want to keep this guy from you any longer. Tonight, we have a very special guest. This guy is an author. He's a man of God. He has a true vision for the future. I just really appreciate what he's done with his life, but more importantly, what he's bringing to other people who are in his sphere of influence. He is a great person, a great human being, and he has a book out called Limitless that we're going to talk about. But before we get into that, I want to introduce to some and present to others none other than Mr. Isaiah Wilson. Isaiah, how you doing, my friend?
Man, Dr. Wilma, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me here. I'm doing outstanding. I can't complain, not even a little bit,
man. Good, man. I tell you what, I'm smiling and cheesing because we have an opportunity to just kind of, chat a little bit about what you're doing, who you are, what the book is all about, and so we're going to have a good time. We won't be here long, but we definitely want to be here strong, have a good time. But before we talk about the book, let's hear a little bit about Isaiah. What's going on with you, man? Tell us a little bit about you and your journey to this point.
I said a little bit about me. I would tell people, I'm a jack of all trades. I love being outside. I can go play basketball, come back inside, start designing on a canvas, leave there, go hang out with friends and family, and who knows what's next. I really just love life. I love being outside. I love just interacting and just either building something or things of that nature. I was in the military for a little bit. I did e-commerce. I did insurance. Got into the business world a little bit, and just trying to overall elevate every day.
I hear you, man. I understand. Like you say, you are a jack of all trades. I did hear you say, you play basketball. Do you play basketball or do you just, play basketball?
Man, we have to see anybody with the one-on-ones, on the court.
Okay, you say bring it to the court, huh? Well, I tell you what, I tell you one person it won't be, and that's me.
Oh, you probably got a nice little 3-point on you.
I tell you what, now you hit it right on the head. As long as I ain't got to move, I can shoot. I can shoot with the best of them. But if I got to move, that's a wrap. I just got to. I can stand still and shoot. But other than that, your boy just can't do too much more on that. The knees just ain't what they used to be. But man, I truly appreciate all that you bring to the table, all your skill sets, the military, and one of the things that I wanted to kind of dive into and really get a better understanding is, understanding you got a book out. Again, we're going to talk about that, but even getting to the point of becoming an author and writing the book, what inspired you to even start writing? How did you even get into that notion?
Coming up, being in the military, working at different jobs and things like that. I'm more the person. I'm a people person, so I like to talk with people and pick people's brains and whatnot and just see how they're living, their mentality. And over my time of doing that, I've ran into a large amount of people that believe that just have limiting beliefs, no matter what it may be about themselves, about the world, about money, etc. And so, after talking to so many people and seeing where they've basically cut themselves short in life due to a limiting belief, it almost felt necessary for me to write this book and get the information out to the people that may be struggling with limiting beliefs or have limiting beliefs that they're just not aware about. So I wanted to
Mhm.
address that front and center.
That's good, man. I like that. As you know, I have a book called The Mindset of a Champion, and quite frankly, it just kind of parallels to what you're talking about with limiting beliefs. Because I too run into a lot of people who have limiting beliefs, have confidence issues, and they just really don't know what they do know. And the my book, The Mindset of a Champion, it talks about how champions think, and it's the direct opposite of people who have limiting beliefs. A champion believes that everything is possible, right? Everything, no matter what it is, if you can think it, you can make it happen. But when you talk about people with limiting beliefs, they live in self-doubt. A lot of cases, they live in lack of confidence and those type things. And for you to write a book called Limitless, which means there are no limits, man, that is to be applauded. I mean, I really am excited to get a chance to read the book, to understand, what that journey is like, moving from a limiting belief to have limitless thoughts and ideas and visions. That, I mean, that's absolutely incredible, man. But who inspired you? Is there any one person, a group of people that inspired you to even start writing the book and taking it to this level?
Honestly, I would have to give that to God. To be honest, the first person that like I said, give that to God, just because a lot of this feels like purpose, and it goes deeper than just myself or me trying to get some views or whatever to help people. But this really is something that I feel in heart, that I move with and really want to help people. Um, and going down that journey with God is just pushed me to this area to help people. And then along with my friends, my family, I always give it to my grandma. My grandma is like one of my main supporters. She's just like, I always tell people she's like an angel on this earth that's still
Mhm.
alive, or that's still in human form. Just because I can call her and she'll calm me down at any moment. Let me know what to do next in a very simple way. And so that's one of my big inspirations out of life, honestly.
Yeah. Now that's, you can't go wrong with that. You got God that's overseeing your movements and your thoughts and your ideas, and then you got grandma. Ain't nothing like grandma.
You ain't lying. You are not
Ain't
lying.
nothing like grandma. Grandma go take care of you. Grandmama go give you wisdom. And from my perspective, grandma go feed you. And I tell people, everybody that know me know I like to eat. And grandma start making sure you get fed, and that fed spiritually, fed mentally,
Oh,
and fed physically.
yeah, and she from Louisiana too, so she's cooking up the gumbo, the jambalaya, etouffee, all
Oh
that.
yeah, she making it happen. Shout out to grandma. Grandma, I look forward to
Grandma,
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting one of those plates when I get a chance to get
gotta
there.
get one.
Get one of those plates. Everywhere I go, people feed me. I don't take that for granted, but I appreciate it. But hello, grandma. Shout out to you and continued supporting Isaiah in the ways that you've always done. So shout out. I tell you, man, this is exciting. I want to talk a little bit about the book. And I know God is supporting you. Grandma really gave you that influence. And what were some of the other things that kind of motivated you to say, you know what, I need to get out here, and I need to make sure that everybody I come in contact, they understand what it means to be limitless? In fact, just kind of give a brief overview of the book. What does it mean, the book Limitless?
So Limitless, I really wrote it to break down limiting beliefs that people believe, and to empower people to go live life freely, to go and enjoy life. Because with a limiting belief for the people that I've ran into in my life, a lot of people are stuck in 9 to 5s. A lot of people are doing jobs that they don't want to do. A lot of people are just living lives that they don't want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the roots as to why people are in these positions, a lot of times it comes down to the belief, their self beliefs, as to why they're there. Maybe they do not believe that they can make $1 million or whatever the internal belief about themselves. Maybe they think that they're weird. And just because of that, they don't want to get outside and start talking to people, making and building relationships to take them to the next level. And to me, it kind of hurts my heart a little bit because these are really good people. These are people that have great hearts that'll do things for you, help you out along your way,
Mm-hmm.
but they just have beliefs that are limiting them in their own lives. And so I wanted to be able to change that for them so they could live their life in a great way as well, however they would like to.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's real good. For those of you who are watching on a video version of this podcast, we got the Limitless book cover on the screen. And also, you'll see at the ticker on the bottom, go to Amazon. This book is already there. It's a hot commodity right now, but go to Amazon and just type in Limitless by Isaiah Wilson. You want to put the name in there because there are multiple Limitless books on Amazon, but Limitless by Isaiah Wilson. Go ahead and get the book, support. This book has really, really enlightened a lot of people, and I know a lot of other people will be enlightened by the particular book. And it's not so much the book per se, but the content of it, the information, the thought that he put into the book that, as he shared, is going to change people's belief from just thinking that I cannot until I absolutely can. You know, there's nothing that I cannot do. And once I remove the limits of my thoughts, the limits of my belief. So that's going to be powerful, man. And when I think about it, even for myself, um, there were periods of my life where it's like, okay, can I really do this? Can I, you know, I'm doing everything, God, I'm doing everything that I was told to do. I'm doing everything that I was taught to do. Yet I'm not having the results. And I had to understand, and I think this is the same kind of notion with the book. I had to understand that a part of having limitless thoughts and success and purpose and passion is to understand that there is a process. You have to go through a process in order to transition from having that limiting belief to getting to a point where you feel like you could do everything, anything. How did you deal, if you even dealt with this at any point, how did you deal with any kind of self-doubt in your life or through this journey?
Honestly, there's been a handful, a lot of times where I've dealt with self doubt. Just not the drive to get up and go do whatever tasks are supposed to be done that day. And what I would tell people when people are going through times like that, be easy on yourself. We all go through those things. I wouldn't beat yourself up too much about it, but also know where you're going. We're all on our mission here, and we all want to make it to the end of it. So if you have a bad day, if you have a bad week, um, move on and get back to work as soon as you can, and take it day by day, one at a time, because that's really all we can do is take it day by day, and the problems or opportunities that come with that day we take, and then we do it again tomorrow. So a
Yeah.
simple way to go about handling the business, going forward, progression. Just take it day by day and give it your best, and that's all you really can do.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I remember when I wrote my book, The Mindset of a Champion, and uh, I don't know how long it took you to write your book, but it took me about 2 years to write that book, and it's only a couple hundred pages, but it took me about 2 years, and it took me so long because of what you just said. I would get what they call writer's block. Sometime I couldn't think about something, or believe it or not, there were periods that writing the book, I just wasn't motivated. I'm like, there's something else I wanted to do, or I got tired, or I didn't really see the end, because you can't really determine if you're doing it the right way. You can't really determine the end until you get to the end. You kind of exhausted all of the thoughts. So I'm like, okay, when is this going to in. So there were many times where I just had a little bit of self-doubt, a little bit of whatever, and it just took me a couple of years to really get the book done. But I'm glad I did take that process, take that journey, because I grew through the journey, and also it was a microcosm of how God deals with us with life. That yeah, it's gonna be bumps in the road. It's not gonna be perfect going through life. We just have to raise our level of energy and commitment, and think from a limitless perspective in order to succeed. So I do know this, because the radio station and this podcast is broadcast all over the world, 170 plus countries. I know there's some aspiring authors, some young cats out there who aspire to do what you've done in terms of writing a book or in terms of empowering people or whatever. But what advice would you give to any aspiring authors or somebody young or old that seeks to do what you've done in terms of writing a book?
Um, I would tell any author that's coming up, aspiring authors, to number one, be you. Uh, don't copy anybody else, because God gave you your own special talents, and when you put those to work and really blossom those talents, it can do remarkable things across the world. And that's just coming from you, being you and doing what you know best. And like I say, take things day by day. Don't beat yourself up too hard, because hardships and struggles and all those things will come in life. It's inevitable. But
Hmm.
knowing that they will come, preparing for them, and knowing that you're going to get back to work and make whatever goal that you have happen, will work out just fine. So that's what I
Yeah.
would tell starting off.
Yeah, I see that, man. That's really some good advice. I know, like we talked about, God and your grandma, they were inspirations in terms of getting started and, really you making that decision. But who's been some of your biggest supporters? Just like, okay, now you've made the decision. Now you start to put pen to paper. Who were some of those supporters while you were writing on this journey? Friends or coworkers, or who are some of the biggest supporters of you writing the book?
That's a good question, because I've actually found it interesting that my family has always been a good supporter of me. But when you start getting out in the world and running into new people, that can be a scary thing right there. That's one of the beliefs that people have, that the world is scary, and people are mean or whatever the case. But as you start to get out in the world and you be you and do it and do that naturally, the people who understand you and who are vibing with you will come to you, and those people are usually supportive, and they'll want to purchase your book, or they'll want to support you in whatever goal that you're trying to reach. And it's just interesting to get out in the world and run into others that are so similar to you, or that want you to do good, and you don't even know them. And
Hmm.
it's a great experience. So I've had supporters from all over the place that I have no idea who they were, but
Right.
we became acquainted, and now we've had a established a little relationship.
Right. Oh, that's good, man. I know you've touched so many people, even on your journey before, during, and even after the book. And you got your team of people. You got your boy Abraham. Shout out Abraham. Hey, it's time for you to step up, bro. You see your boy. You see what your boy is doing. Come on,
So,
Abraham. I know you've been in his ear and some of these other guys' ears. What are they thinking about you in terms of this journey?
man, I tell my friends all the time, I love my friends. I just told them yesterday, I was like, man, y'all are great. I really like y'all, because they are supportive. Uh, Now, just as much I ran into people that are supportive, I ran into people that also doubt me. I ran into people that also have shown hate, that have shown jealousy, that just not positive energy. And so with my friends, when I go and accomplish goals, or when I tell them I'm working on something, writing a book, or I'm creating a canvas, I show them the results. They're just like, man, bro, you're killing it. Like, bro,
Hmm.
good job. Like, I'm like, you're inspiring me to go harder. And like, when somebody tells me that I'm inspiring them to go harder based off of my work, it makes me want to go back and work harder, because it's just like a snowball effect. And especially, the people that are close to me, if I know in my heart that I'm helping them become better, and get to their goals, man, life is
Yeah.
great. So
Yeah, no, that's good, man. You want to keep doing that, man. Keep feeding your sphere of influence, your friends, your family, people that supporting you, and the naysayers. Hey, let it be what it be. No matter what situation you come in contact with, you're gonna have people who doubt, who have negativity, who just don't do the things that you would think they should do in terms of support or whatever it may be. A lot of times people don't want to support, but then they take it to the extreme and like, and not only am I not going to support, but then they try to tear you down. It's like, man, what's wrong
like,
with you?
like helping
What's
anything.
yeah, what's your problem? Y'all can miss me with that. What's your
Those
problem?
people, those are another reasons why I wrote the book because um, I've ran into a lot of those people, a lot of doubters that just doubted my plan, doubted just where I would end up, and I get very passionate sometimes when people heavily doubt me in conversation, and you can see the passion coming out of my mouth and out of my just my whole energy because I really get into why I'm doing this, and the fact that they're doubting me is a limiting belief right there. So it just
Hmm.
amplifies me even more to nail like that conversation and really just get down to the bottom of things. And it always ends up coming out good. Usually people end up seeing that I really do just want to help people get better, and some people still end up doubting the plan, but that's okay. I tell them that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No matter what it is, you know what? I found out, and this kind of gave me a little bit of, I guess, peace of mind. But we live in, especially here in America, and I know, like I said, people are listening in from all over the world, but especially here in America, we live in a 51-49 society. And I've come to that conclusion that it doesn't matter what it is, you're going to have about half of the people on this side, whether it's positive, agree, or like, or whatever. You're going to have almost half on the other side that just like they're going to have something bad to say, negative to say. And this covers everything from, politics to how you dress, how you look, how you think. You always going to have people that's just like the naysayers, that's just negative, just whatever it is. And I've kind of, now that I understand that and I realize how that works, I use that to my advantage. Is because, if people hear me all the time, I always talk about being the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. That's actually an excerpt from the poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley. And so I always say that because I want people, and I know that's what limitless means, to be in control of their lives, regardless of what people think, regardless of what people say. One of the episodes we did with the 10-part series on controlling your life is living authentically. So when you say that you're writing a book, you're talking to your friends, you're talking to your people, and regardless of what they do or think, you got to do you. You said something that was interesting. You like, sometimes you get passionate about it. I got to see that part of you, because every time I see you, you laid back, you cool, calm, and collected. I want to see some.
Yeah, I got that on my mirror. I got a couple verses on my bathroom mirror I say every morning. One of them is stay cool, calm, and collected all day.
Well, you do. You absolutely do. So that's a good thing. I'm on the opposite side of the equation. It's like, I guess I need to say that too, but I'm like, I go from 0 to 100 just like instantly, right? So I have to kind of force myself to bring it down. Don't say this, don't cuss, don't do all of this kind of stuff. But I have to bring it down. My mom, rest her soul, she used to tell me, all right, count to 10, because she know when it was coming. She would know better than anybody when it was coming. And she like, okay, count to 10, bring it down, don't do it, don't say it. And now my sisters are like that. Like, you can't say that. How can you say that on air? You can't say that. You can't talk about this. And I'm like, hey, look, I'm living authentically. It is what it is. So I appreciate hearing you talk about how you're passionate about it. And if you get into conversation, you conversing with people about it. Hey, look, it is what it is. So kudos to you for that, my brother. We'll get ready to get out of here. So I want to talk a little bit more about the book before we get out of here. What is the one message or takeaway that you want people to extract from the book? What's the one thing you want them, when they read the book, they can walk away from knowing that, hey, look, this is the point that he was trying to make? What is that one thing, if there's one thing?
Man, I would say there's a couple things, but one of the big things is when somebody reads this book, I want them to be able to walk away from the book with confidence. I want them to walk away believing in themselves. I want them to be, the goal is to eliminate any limiting beliefs that they may have in mind that is just holding them back. And after the book, I would love to see them get out and just live life however they would like to live. Um, and obviously, we still have to take care of the daily things. I'm not saying, just forget about all the regular necessities of life, but
Mhm.
life has so much to offer, and to be cooped up or to not be living it to the fullest extent or to how you would like to. Um, yeah, I would just love for people to be able to get that. And belief is free. So I tell people a lot of times,
I like that.
belief is free. You can go buy self-help books. You can buy new cars. You can buy a lot of things that can get you status. But there's one thing that's free that can take you a very long way, and that's belief. If you believe in yourself, if you believe that you can achieve these goals, then I believe you can too. And who knows where you might end up. And so that's what I would like for somebody to get out of my book, and knowing that belief is free, and knowing that they can achieve what anything is possible. Nothing is impossible.
I like that, man. I'm gonna write it down. Belief is free. And I tell you what, I'm gonna make it into a podcast, but I'm gonna give you credit. I'm gonna say I got this from Isaiah, but I'm gonna have a podcast topic. Belief is free.
Belief is free.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, man. I tell you what, guys, everybody, look, get the book. Go to Amazon. Again, if you're looking at the visual of the podcast, you'll see scrolling at the bottom. It says "Limitless" by Isaiah Wilson on Amazon. Go get the book, guys. I think it'll benefit you greatly wherever you are in your journey in terms of becoming great, and it may be a good gift for somebody that's a part of your life, somebody that you may need to inspire or help, whether it's your child or your friend or your neighbor, your coworker, church member, whatever it may be. Get the book and give it as a gift, or get the book and read it yourself, whatever it may be. But go to Amazon and once again type in Limitless by Isaiah Wilson. Get the book, support this brother, and also empower yourself in the process. So I'm excited about it as well. I'm excited for all of you. Isaiah, before we get out of here, how can anybody reach you if they want to support or become a part of your social media environment? How could they contact you or reach out to you?
Yeah, so the best way, honestly, would be getting on my Amazon. I have all the links in my Amazon to purchase the book and other things as well. But my Instagram is Global Zay, and that's spelled GLOBALZAE, no spaces, and that's on Instagram. And like you said, my book is on Amazon, and yeah, that's honestly the best way.
Okay, so y'all reach out to Global Zay, Globalzae, and that's on Instagram. Follow this brother, man. He got a lot of information. I think he got you got a YouTube channel too, right? That's is either out or coming out soon or something like that.
Limitless knowledge.
Limitless knowledge. Hey man, you dropping some jewels. Limitless
I'm trying
knowledge.
if we could change the world, man, I'm trying to do it.
Hey, I ain't even mad at you, my brother. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate the value that you bring into everybody. Again, guys, let's give it to Isaiah Wilson. Attaboys, congratulations. Support the book. Go to his Instagram, Global ZAE, and just support, just follow, just do the things that we always talk about doing and supporting each other. And as we get out of here, I appreciate each and every one of you joining us for this episode of the Deep Dive Podcast. Isaiah, thank you again, my friend. I appreciate you and everything that you do. Look forward to having you back again at some point in the future. All right.
So thank
So
you.
thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share this episode. Go to the website, the deepdivepodcast.live. Let's be great. Let's encourage and empower each other. God bless, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world.